The transmission is old school, right? And it's like nothing. So I went to him. I said, "Hey, let me tell you something." I was like, "This thing is like nothing you're ever going to race again. All the other stuff you're going to race from here on out, it's going to have a short throw, a quick in and out of gear." I said, "This thing's got a real, it's like 8-10 inches of throw from third to fourth." And we restart in third, right? So all we got to do is go from third to fourth. That's all you got to do. And so I said, "You got no muscle memory for that. So going down the back straightaway, coming to the green, I'm going from third to fourth, over and over and over, just clutch in, rolling, third to fourth, just getting some muscle memory in my arm, because I don't want to be that guy that destroys the field." And so I told him, I said, "You just gotta, come into the green, just practice it. If this 50-year-old man's doing it, you ought to be doing it." So I hope he'll do that, and I'm sure he felt bad about it. I didn't get angry about it or nothing. I mean, I was mad my car got destroyed, and I was really frustrated with the race because we came down here to Cordele, a lot of people watching. We had a lot of folks in the stands, and we had probably a good crowd watching on float. And we didn't put our best product together tonight. We had a lot of cautions, and just a late show. Show ended way too late, and yeah, so just those frustrating things that we're trying to do better as a tour, as a series, and I was talking to Kip a lot after this race. I was like, man, we're basically trying to run two features. And our growth, which is a great thing, is working against us a little bit because we got two great car counts. And we're trying to put two features in front of these people tonight. And it's maybe unrealistic. And I think, we'd have to start sooner or do something. And there's going to be some pushback to that from different people. But just to get our show done by 10 or 10:30. So there's a lot there. I was happy and had fun. I got to drive my car, and I hate that that I didn't get a good result or get something reasonable. I was sitting there in fifth, going, all right, let's just get home. But the series and our product, there's some things we need we can improve or we need to improve. So not our best.
How valuable is it for you to be able to be a driver a couple of times a year, to be able to experience it, not from the outside as series owner, but experience what it's like to feel what the drivers feel?
I'm in the car tonight wishing that I was in the booth helping them, move things along. And I don't know everything going on, so, you're sitting in the car going, all right, man, why didn't we get to choose that time back, right? Why didn't we go ahead and do that? Or, every caution feels like it adds about 2 or 3 more laps than it should. And what are the reasons for that? And there's probably some good reasons, right, that I don't understand. But, I feel I like to drive, and I think it helps the racers appreciate what we're trying to do with the series. If we just showed up and talked at a couple drivers' meetings throughout the year and didn't do anything else, they might think that they might question, I guess, our interest or our motives, but I love this, and I want it to work, and I want to experience it as a driver, and so that they know, our owners and our other drivers know that, like, hey, I understand what you're fighting. I understand what you're upset with. I understand what you want us to do better or what you want out of the tour, because I'm experiencing it. I got two cars tonight in the field. And so I see it when they come to me and they're like, man, this needs to get better, or man, why did we do it this way? We can have that conversation because I'm seeing it from all sides. So, I mean, I got to pay the same bills they got to pay as far as equipment and just to come out and race. So it's there's a trust there, I think, or appreciation amongst us all. So that's good. I don't want to race these cars forever, but eventually I just want to, really focus on the series and try to get the series going. But I'll run a few more years, maybe.
What do you feel like you guys as a series could do to clean up some of the messiness? I got some of the drivers' thoughts on it, but I'm curious of yours.
Yeah, I think that, it could be more bodies up in the booth. We need to establish the wave around or the free pass and the lineup and be getting the choose quicker. and we've got a great group that's been doing this a long time. But they, you know, what we have going on really is we're trying to run a short track race like we always did before streaming. Now that streaming's here, you got to serve this in a neat little package. And so my request or my push to our team is like, look, we gotta flip our minds. The guys that have been doing this, our people in the booth and our people that are managing this, our staff that have been doing it as short trackers all their lives, have to kind of shift their minds a little bit to really appreciate what they need to accomplish for the streaming audience. And so that's I know that doesn't answer the question, and our drivers have very fair arguments and disappointment, and I do too. I'm in the car. I was so freaking frustrated with all the cautions and just all the mistakes, and all the drivers' mistakes and everything else. We had a great opportunity to showcase the great things about this tour, and we missed it today. We missed that opportunity, and I hate that because I know the tour's awesome, and I want people to see it for what it really is. And we just didn't have our best night tonight.
Shifting from series ownership perspective to the team ownership perspective, how many positives are you taking away from this with Connor Hall's victory tonight?
Yeah, Connor's going to take care of Connor. He's awesome. He's going to do what he does. Good driver, good winner, and we give him a good car, and he's going to finish good with it. I told him he can't be as rough as he used to be. I'm going to clean it up a little bit when he's driving my car. But I don't want to be in the middle of no controversy. But especially as a series owner, so he understands that he's got to walk a straight line and buckle down. And man, he's done everything we've asked him to do. Awesome driver, 2-time champion, national champion. I'm not going to change a thing really about what he does on the racetrack. But everything we've asked him to do off the track, he basically gave up everything he had going on back home, his job, which was a great job. He's got to put everything on hold, moved away from his girl, which they're very close, and that was a tough decision to take this opportunity and live down here. And he's got him an apartment, he's rooming with a buddy, and he's at work every morning and working on our cars and getting everything ready and fixing my tore up cars. So he's doing great. So I'm enjoying. It's fun for me. This happens from time to time. When you bring guys into your car to get to know them, right? Get to know them as a person and get to understand what motivates them and what excites them. And then you become great friends. And next thing you know, you're trying to figure out how to get them that next opportunity, right? That's kind of where we are. I think we're there with Connor because he's had so much experience already. We're looking for ways to figure out how to get him chances in trucks or Xfinity or whatever it may be. He's going to win races for us all year long. That's the way I look at it.
Did the late model stocks prove they can travel a little further outside of the bandwidth?
I think that there's like one weekend out of the year where they'll accept some unique situation. And I don't know if we come back to Cordele next year. We'll talk to the track and see how they felt about it. I come down here Monday to do an autograph session for nothing. And I made a deal with the track. I said, I'm going to ask y'all to put this amount of money in the purse to raise the bottom of the purse up. I said, I'll come sign autographs at your store in town on Monday or Tuesday. Tuesday it was. So that's what we did. I can't do that every week, right, for all these tracks. But so I don't know if I don't know how we can make this deal work again if I can't somehow sweeten the pot for the track a little bit. And they're going to have to change their testing fees for next time, which I didn't see that on the radar until it's too late. But they're a great facility, and you go in the bathrooms and look around here at the buildings and stuff, and you realize why they charge what they charge, because it takes a lot to keep a place like this going and put everything they put into it. They've spent a lot of money here. And I want to commend them on that. It was a great facility, and I think our teams enjoyed their trip. I know we torqued a bunch of shit, so there's probably some people not too happy about dragging their torqued cars home. But I think there's a weekend out of the calendar year where we could do something fun. I was talking to Brian, And he was like, a lot of our guys are north of us in Charlotte, like our car in Mooresville, right? That's where our shop is. There's a lot of people that race out of Mooresville, but there's also mostly, north of us, Winston-Salem, Virginia. That's where most of our teams are. So maybe going to Jennerstown is a realistic opportunity, right? That's maybe similar to Langley. I don't know. Just throwing that out there. Brian thought that might be a reasonable idea. So, but anyways, we take this one weekend and we go, hey, what fun thing can we do with it? Where can we go that we haven't been before that our teams would love to go to? There's not a lot of tracks on that list that's in that sort of 6 to 8 hour bubble, right? And but maybe we go somewhere we've been before. Maybe we go somewhere new next year. I've always wanted to go to the fairgrounds. You know that. I don't even need to race that race. I just think it'd be cool to take the tour there. And we really don't know how long we got the fairgrounds for, so that could be going any day. But so we might. That'd be a big ask for our teams. But we would certainly not do anything they didn't want to do. I thought this would be something they would enjoy, and we'll see if it's something we might come back to a year or two down the road.
I wanted to ask you about the North Wilkesboro FS1 deal. I wanted to ask you about North Wilkesboro and the whole FS1 deal. I'm sure you really easily could have been a driver in that race, but you chose to be in the booth instead. Why did you make that decision?
Well, I think that was what we needed to do to kind of kick the ball across the finish line for Fox to want us to want to be a partner with this. So, and it was kind of the same, because Flow's exclusive, Car Store is exclusive to Flow, right? So when we go over and say, hey man, Fox Sports 1 might want to let us put our race on their network, Flow's gonna be like, well, you're our partner, right? Well, why would you want to do that? So to kind of keep the numbers realistic and good for Flow and what they hope to see and expect for viewership, putting me and Harvick in the booth maybe going to help that. So people can still consume it on Flow if that's what they like, right? It's not just going to be on Fox Sports 1, it'll be simulcast on both. So, I hope that it's a happy medium for everybody. It's not the perfect solution. Getting us on Flow is amazing for our teams. Getting us on Fox Sports 1 is amazing for our teams, and it's amazing for the tour. And we're going to have to do a damn better job than we did tonight to fit in that 1.5 hour window we got. Because it ain't going to be no joke. Like, the Fox Sports 1 deal is going to be, hey, here's your window. Start your race, finish your race. And so we can't be, messing around and riding around under caution all night. So we'll go off the air without a finish. The transmission is old school, right? And it's like nothing. So I went to him. I said, hey, let me tell you something. I was like, this thing is like nothing you're ever going to race again. All the other stuff you're going to race from here on out, it's going to have a short throw.